back to my channel. In today's video, we will be programming the user profile updating process. That means when a user edits their name, address or uploads a new profile image, it all gets updated in the database automatically. So let's get started step by step. So let's quickly understand how this works behind the scenes. So when a user updates their profile, let's say they changes their name or uploads a new image, the browser sends all that data to the server using AJAX. The server receives it with PHP, updates the database and then sends a success message back. We will be working mainly with three files: user profile.php, our main user interface; script.js, where we handle the JavaScript functions for updating; user profile update process.php, where we will actually process the update using PHP and MySQL. Okay, so now let's open up user profile.php file first. So this file displays the user's information like name, email and address. So at the very top of this page we have got the PHP line, which includes the connection.php, and this means we are connecting it to our database and checking if a user is logged in. And next we use $email, that is assigned to a $session inside a variable that says u and the email. So this means it grabs the logged in user's email from the session. We use that to fetch their details from the database. So you will see that there are three separate database queries here. So one for user details, one for profile image and one for address. So each query joins related tables like gender, city, district and province, so we can show the full address neatly. So in the profile section we have this part. So this shows user's first name directly inside a text box so they can edit it. So we do the same for the last name, mobile and address lines. And for the drop down menus as province and for district and for city, we are loading data from the database using loops. So this way, even if my database changes, the drop down updates automatically from this for loop. And at the bottom of this form we have got a button that says update my profile. So that's the magic button that triggers our JavaScript function. So before we move on to the JavaScript, notice that we have the image section. So here we have added inside the input type file, then class is dnone, the ID is profile image and a label that says for profile image class btn primary and margin top is 5, and then we have given on click change profile image, the function for the JavaScript. So here when a user picks a new image, the change profile image function shows a preview instantly without uploading it. So as you can see that when selecting a new image, it changes the display instantly by using document.getElementById, the image dot the source, and that is assigned to the URL. So this is a nice touch for the design so that the users can see their chosen image before saving. Alright, now let me explain what happens in the function change profile image. So this function is triggered when the user clicks the update profile image button and chooses a new image from their device. First we grab the file input element using var_image that is assigned to a document.getElement by ID, and inside we have the profile image. So this refers to the hidden input type file ID profile image in our HTML. So then we attach an onChange event to it, which means that when the user selects a file, this function will run. So inside it we do var file, this files inside square brackets we have 0. So here these files simply means the first selected file. Since the user only picks one image, we can access it at index 0. Then we create a temporary URL to preview the image instantly on the browser. So it says here var URL that is assigned to window.url.create object URL, and inside brackets we have file. So this means it creates a temporary link to display the image before uploading it. Finally, we have document.getElement by ID. Inside brackets we have image.source that is assigned to the URL. So this means when the user selects a new file, the image on the screen updates immediately, giving a nice preview effect. So that's all for the change profile image. It doesn't upload anything yet, just previews the new image visually. Now let's move on to our main function, update profile. So this function runs when the user clicks update my profile button. So the first few lines collect all the form elements using their IDs, fname, lname, mobile for user info, and line 1, line 2 for address lines, and then province, district, city, pcode for address selections, and the image for file input for the profile picture. So basically we are getting ready to gather all the users data here. Then next we have this line that creates the form data object, which lets us send both text and files like images easily to our backend PHP file. So we have called a variable called form to assign it to a new form data. So each form dot append lines add one piece of information to the form data package. The first argument, like f or m, is a key name we will use in the PHP. The second part is the actual data from the form field over here. So by the end of this, our form data holds everything: user details, address, and even the new image ready to send to the PHP. So as you can see, in the next step we have var request that is assigned to new XML HTTP request. So this creates a new XML HTTP request object, basically a tool that helps JavaScript to talk to the server without refreshing the page. So this is the technique that is called Ajax technique. So next we have a function. So this function is the function that runs when the server replies. So the condition ready state is equal to 4 and status request dot status that is equal to 200 means the request finished successfully. So then we store the server's reply in a variable called response. So if the PHP file sends back updated or saved, it means everything worked. So we show an alert saying change successful that reloads the page so the user can instantly see their new info and image. So if something goes wrong in an else, we have alert response. So it means it will redirect to the error message. Then we send the form data to the PHP using these two lines. Request.open using the form method post and the file user profile update process.php and the status that says it's true, and the request.send form. So here we open the connection to the PHP file named user profile update process.php. The post method is used because we are sending form data including files so that we can send them safely and privately. Finally, we send the entire form data package with request.send form. So this sends everything we prepared, user info, address and profile image, straight to our PHP backend where it's validated and saved in the database. Okay, now we will move on to the user profile update process.php file. First we will start the PHP session which allows us to access user data that was saved during login, and then after that we have this line which includes the connection to our database so that all the upcoming queries can talk to the MySQL database using your custom database search and database IUD methods. After that we will get the user's email from the session. This is important because it tells the system which user is updating the profile. We will use this $email later to update the correct row in the database. After that we will get the data from the form by calling all the fields that we sent from the JavaScript function using form append. So here we have each of the fields using $post that receives the data the user typed into the form. For example, the $post F means the first name, and the $post $post L means the last name, and $post M means the mobile. Next we will check if the user exists. So here we search the user table to make sure this user exists. If the result count is num rows that is equal to 1, that means the user is valid. Once it's confirmed, this updates the user table with the new first name, last name and the mobile number. And then we check if the address exists. Here we check if the user already has an address saved in the user has address table. So if the user already has an address, this updates their existing address. After that, if the user doesn't have an address yet, then we will insert a new address record for that user. Next we will move on to the handling profile image uploads. So first off, in a if statement we will ask size of the files that equals to 1. So this checks if a file, that means an image, was uploaded along with the form. If yes, we will process it. And then in this line we have $image that is assigned to $_files. Inside that we have a variable called I, and the other line says $image_extension that is assigned to the image for the variable type. So here we will get the uploaded image and its type, like image slash JPG, image slash PNG, etc. And in this line we will only allow the specific formats, like to upload only JPEG and PNG and SVG files for security and consistency. And next we will identify the file extensions in if-else statements. Based on the image type, we decide what file extension to use for the saved file. And after that we will rename and move the file. So let me explain what's happening here. So first we create a unique file name to prevent overwriting old images, and then we will move the uploaded images from its temporary location to the folder resource profile images. And after that, in the next line it says this checks if the user already has a profile image saved. If yes, update the existing record from this database query. And then if it's not, then insert a new record and insert the profile image info. And after that, if there is an upload errors, we will handle it by using the else if and the else. So here, if no image is uploaded or more than one file is selected, these messages appear. So if an profile image isn't selected, you will get this alert as you have not selected an profile image. Else, you have an alert that says you must select only one image. And then in another else statement, we have an alert that says invalid user. That means if the user somehow doesn't exist in the session or database, we send this error message. So if I recall this in a summary, first we will start with the session and connect it to the database. Then we will get the user email from the session, then receive all the form data for using the post method, and then we will verify if the user exists, and then update the name, mobile and the address info. Then we will handle the image upload safely, rename or move it, and then we will save or update image path in database. That sends success message as updated or saved. And if not, you will get messages like you have not selected an profile image, or you must select only one image, or the user is not valid. Okay, now I will explain what happens here. So first, a user will create a new account they will insert the first name, the last name, the email, the password, mobile and the gender. After that they sign up and they will be redirected to the sign-in page. So as I have been already signed up, I will sign in here. After that you can go to the profile page by the My eShop drop down over here. Then over here you can see in the profile settings that my first name, the name and the last name is updated here, and the mobile is also updated, which I have given in when I was signing up, and the password too. The password is disabled, we can't see that, the email too, and the registered date. So here you can see the address line 1 that I have given and the address 2, and here I have clicked on I have chosen a province here and the district and the city too, and also I have given a postal code, and here my gender is also updated. And next we will update my profile image. So I will select this image, and as you can see it updates, and then I will click on my update my profile button. It gives a message that says the change is successful. Then I will click on OK. You can see that it reloads and have updated my profile settings, including the image. Okay, so when I go to my database, you can see the address that I have given is being updated over here. My email, the address line number 1, the address line number 2, and the postal code. And then I will show you that my profile image also has been updated according to the profile that I gave over here. Okay, and that's it for today's video. We have successfully programmed the user profile updating process, covering text, updates, addresses, and even image uploading, all using Ajax, PHP, MySQL, and Bootstrap. This makes my eShop project feel much more dynamic and user-friendly. So, see you in the next video, and thank you.